Las Vegas has the Pittsburgh Steelers win total at 8.5 wins for this upcoming season. The Pittsburgh Steelers record was 9-8 last year. So the 8.5 win total is slightly under the 9 wins that the Pittsburgh Steelers had last year. And that's with TJ Watt missing 7 games. So if you look at the Pittsburgh Steelers schedule this upcoming year, it's, you say, hey, it's not as tough. It's not that tough. Why would Vegas only have them at 8.5? Well, there's always teams that makes those jumps, from worst to first, didn't last in the division, makes the playoffs and stuff like that. So you've seen it with a few teams like the Jaguars, who's on the schedule, Trevor Lawrence and those guys. So they're looking to maybe those guys will be a little bit better. That's just an example team, of teams just making a jump. So you have that. So maybe Vegas is looking for some of those teams, that wasn't too good last year to make that jump. So the total's 8.5. So, you have the San Francisco 49ers, the first game. That's like the measuring stick there, with that good defense there. And the offense too. The only concern is what Brock Purdy is. He going to be ready, from the elbow that he sustained in the playoffs. So, and then you have, the Green Bays without Aaron Rodgers, Jordan Love. What is he going to put together? Like I said, Trevor Lawrence. You got to go against those guys. So the schedule, outside of the division, doesn't really look too tough. This you just have to worry about, you'll see what teams are leaning towards that jump as the season goes. But I think the real concern with the Pittsburgh Steelers schedule this year, would, like it is normally, is just the division. They don't have to play the Bills or the Chiefs, so you don't have to worry about those guys. It's just a division, especially if Cleveland, if Deshaun Watson returns back to form. If Deshaun Watson returns back to form like he played in his Houston days, then now Cleveland's a problem, and now you have 3 teams in your division. So those six games will be crucial. Especially you want to try to win a division so you could host a playoff game. You don't want to be trying to fight for the wild card like last year, not getting in and things like that. You want to secure your own spot. So those division games look like those are the most important games on this schedule this year. They're always the most important because it's your division and things like that. But you kind of don't want to split with nobody in the division, man. You wanna try to sweep, at least 2 of the 3 teams. It may be split with one. That's going to be tough to do, but that's like the bulk of this schedule, unless teams start emerging as potential candidates. So, and if you look at the Pittsburgh Steelers team, man, they really didn't lose anybody. They lost Cam Sutton, picked up Patrick Peterson. You'll see how that addition adds, because Cam Sutton did do some things. So you can say, hey, they lost a little bit on the back end. Terrell Edmonds, he was serviceable, but that's not really a big loss. So the middle linebackers, complete overhaul there, but those guys really, I think the guys that they picked up are better than the guys that they had. Miles Jack, he just recently retired, so that just lets you know he was running on his last with the Pittsburgh Steelers. And Devin Bush, he didn't live up to the number 10 pick that they moved up, and the guy that they thought he was going to be. Spillane was serviceable, but his services was up. So really no loss there. And picked up some guys to go in there, so really no loss with the middle linebacker core. And if you look at it, they just added guys, bringing in, starting with the offseason, bringing in Allen Robinson, a veteran receiver, the offensive line, Isaac Saamala, and Nate Herbig, and those players like that, the depth on the offensive line, and like I said, Patrick Peterson, veteran guy, replaced the Cam Sutton, and the draft, you bring your draft class in, get you some key guys, Joey Porter Jr., Broderick Jones, your young up and coming tackle, stuff like that, and and your young pass rusher. I can't forget about Nick Herbig, man. Had a great preseason. Looks like he can do some things. So Darnell Washington, big tight end, and the other guys. And so you had a good off season, and the draft so far, on paper, the way it looks is good. You will see, years down the line, 2-3 years, how good the draft really is. But so, as of now, it looks good. So you add on to the team that already won 9 games last year. And your quarterback, he's in his second year, and he looks like, he made some improvement. He showed some growth in the preseason. George Pickens, his primary target, I believe, my opinion, in the future, he looks like, he's a freak of nature, and he's going to take that second year jump as well. Deontay Johnson, I know he's going to want to bounce back from not having any touchdowns. He had a productive year yardage wise, but no touchdowns. So I know he's going to want to find the end zone and do as much as he can. Pat Freiermuth, he's going to want to put his name in the top tight ends. He's just right there, and then on the defensive side, man, you got on defense, man, TJ Watt and the boys, man, Cam Hayward, Alex Highsmith, newly paid, motivated, and the list goes on, Larry Ogunjobi, and, Minkah, and yeah, so I think the 8.5 win total is, it has to be Vegas thinking that those teams are going to get better. I don't think it's them thinking the Steelers are going to, they're going to take a step back. It's just, I believe the win total went up a point. Went up 1 win. I believe it was 7.5 last year, the year before last, and it's 8.5 this year. So they got them at a win up from last year. So they see something, but 8.5 for this year. I would say at least 9 wins for the Pittsburgh. For Vegas. If you're gonna just give them, Vegas is tough. We all know Vegas. They do their thing. That's how they do it. But I got the Steelers, double digits at the least, and that's only one more win. 10 wins. That's one more win. They had 9. That's 10. At least one more win. But I believe they're gonna win more than one more game. So I got them double digits for sure. So the 8.5 is interesting, but it's Vegas. So what do you guys think? Do you guys agree with Vegas? The 8.5, is it accurate? Let me know in the comments. But the Pittsburgh Steelers, I believe, double-digit wins, playoff win, and all that good stuff, man. It's just good things to come for the Steelers. So we'll just see what goes on. Season's on the way. Let me know in the comments what you think about the 8.5 Vegas win total prediction. Thanks for watching the video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell to get all the new videos. And until next time, I'm out.